We are live. This is the market update. I am your host, Bill Noble. The market is going up and you need to get in. I can help you with that. If you don't know why the market is going up, I will tell you. Pretty simple. Okay. If you want to know why Ethereum is outperforming, could it be a real world assets deal is coming? Could it be the market is going up in front of some kind of announcement? Or maybe stock market players are buying the Ethereum ETF. I'm okay either way. Will MicroStrategy be the next thing that explodes? In other words, Bitcoin's doing okay, but can MicroStrategy explode because the apocalypse has been canceled in the stock market? Can you imagine? After all these guys were like, it's over, it's the end of the world. It's never the end of the world when you have hedge fund managers on Sunday morning TV saying it's the end of the world. Matter of fact, it's the buy of the century, and it was the buy of the century in crypto. Actually, the general public bought equities, but we will go into that. Plus, we have a new tier in Patreon because of demand for our reports. We have like an all-in-one tier. Also, right after this, we will be going to the YouTube member area where we will be covering new small coin picks, new small coin picks, some of the coins that we like in the Solana universe, covering everything. So Patreon has two tiers now. It has a report with a store so you can shop a la carte. And we have a new thing. I call it the busy executive tier, right? Where you can just get everything in one place. We'll talk about it. So if you need to get involved, I can help you get involved. If you think this is over, it's not. Matter of fact, after today, you may get a dip. You may. This may go up a lot more first, but you may get a dip or a pause, and mark my words. Down days, whether it happens during the day or like just on a red day in general, those are your dips. Somebody said this is the easiest bull market ever. I don't agree. I think it's textbook bull market. It goes up, everybody gets out, and then the orange man comes out with a complete set of fundamental announcement, and the end of the world is canceled. And when tariff talk tops, moonshot. Plus, there's going to be a reminder about the power of the AI trade in crypto. We'll have that, and we will have something showing you that the altcoin breakout is not going to end. In fact, it's only starting. Could we be embarking on a 6-month alt season? Gee, I think I remember somebody saying that the market could go up for the whole rest of the year. I think I remember somebody saying that there could be banana zone in May, like buy in May and stay, get in. Nice black outfit there. Right? Who's right? Are you constantly panicking about crypto? That was 1 month ago. 1 month ago, it was crypto winter. And now the live stream is about how do you FOMO in. So is the YouTube member area. So is Patreon. You need to FOMO in. You need coins. We're going to hook everybody up. We're going to chart everything today. Take requests from members. Everyone's going to get hooked up. Okay. So, Bull Runner first on the stream. What's up? Meek Low. Can we check Degen? Absolutely, sir. Just don't let me forget. Hal Lopez. Christmas in May. Beautiful. That should have been the thumbnail title. Welcoming FO Center as a new VIP member. There is a $ button at the bottom of the chat if you would like to join us. Patriot Caveman, what's up? Gian, Grandpa Keeter, the king of the super chats from yesterday. Thank you. Su Zhang, right? Welcome. Crypto Scan, DNT Saver, Bob Marcia member. Get Fit, Don't Quit members. Hot Mess Express. Are you a hot mess? Do you need to get involved? I'll help you. Charlie the Positive Cat, the Antivirus Samurai. Hey, that token could go to a dime on a line. Don't miss the AI trade. Big Rich, who bought everything at the low, entering the banana zone. Crypto Tilly, MicroStrategy to the max. God, you ruined the surprise. No, I'm kidding. MicroStrategy is next. Watch out. Hedge funds, wedge funds, they were all long Nvidia, got smoked out. They're all short MicroStrategy, and they're about to get smoked out. They're all underinvested in Bitcoin miners. They're about to get smoked out. GF, what's up? Joseph Green from Brazil. Felix, GME Kitty, Melania ETF is born. I would love that. You know, the Orange Man's running the crypto show. It's kind of like a crypto, I don't know, kind of like a crypto mafia. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh yeah, we're going to get involved in all this. We're going to make $1 billion a month in crypto. Works for me. I don't know if that's in your interest, but you know, they're doing it. DJ Bart, Javier, what's up? Raven, right? Forget about it. News. Let's go. We got so much news, so many charts. The market is on fire. The U.S. trade war is over. Huh? Who knew? We did. We did. We never bought into this. And even when it was of concern, we knew it would end. And when tariff talk tops, the market doubles. Doubles. That doubles everything. Bitcoin, all of it, historically. And I've got that, something I made in Perplexity, and I can prove it to you. Every time in 2017, when they stopped talking about the tariffs, when they said it was over, the market went parabolic. History doesn't always repeat itself, but it often rhymes. And this time, it's altcoins. So if you think this is going to stop anytime soon, please change your mind. Everyone in legacy. S&P 500 releases all of 2025 losses. Now, here's the funny news. Everybody in legacy world sold crypto to buy stocks when they were down. Okay, so they got a good trade and they made 20%. Meanwhile, Ethereum is up 100% off the low. They all bought the wrong thing. First, legacy sold, institutions got short into a panic. Don't forget about LuxAlgo. You're not going to believe what LuxAlgo says about total altcoin market cap. There's a Bill Noble indicator in there. And of course, Bitcoin Vegas. I almost said Bitcoin Miami. That was back in 2021. Bitcoin Vegas is going to be on fire. Get your ticket with the QR code. Party on. Okay, so since the stock market lows in April, Tesla is up 43%. Coinbase is up 37%. And that's only beginning, right? This is the warm-up, particularly in crypto equities. Because you have big stocks up 30, 40%. Who cares? Who cares? But, of course, the end of the world has been canceled to the point where Bloomberg, I love this, Bloomberg is now forced to report that JPMorgan drops U.S. recession call. I have a bad feeling that there are going to be some economists in legacy who may be looking for new jobs. Because what they did was when the market went down, they were like, oh my God, this is a recession. We have to change our research based on what the market's doing. Oh my God, oh my God. I think only one guy from Bank of America said, when Trump's approval rating goes down, the market will bottom. And that is exactly what happened. If everyone thinks the same thing, something else happens. That came from somebody named Bob Farrell, who was the first professional technical analyst at Wall Street. He worked for Merrill Lynch. My dad worked at Merrill Lynch as a stockbroker. He would bring this research home, and I would see it on his desk. And right, that's how I got into TA. Because I looked down the desk, and I was like, ooh, look at that. I like that. When everyone thinks the same thing, something else happens. And this is a public service announcement that crypto winter, which was happening a month ago, and the fact that we were never going to see alt season again in our life, could have been a generational low in Web3. Let me say that again. We could have seen a generational low in Web3. And if you're wondering why Ethereum's up, that's why. Because Ethereum, for all the things you can say about it, does good when gold goes up and the dollar goes down. But when Big Daddy goes up, the whole space goes with it. Don't believe me? Don't worry. I'm going to show you the charts that will change your mind. But in legacy, the end of the world is canceled. And in crypto, we never bought into that. We bought the dip. We bought the dip because if it was the end of the world, crypto was going up. And if it wasn't the end of the world, crypto was going up. CPI is less than expected. So inflation expectations in the general public went completely parabolic. They haven't been that high since oil doubled overnight in 1991 when Saddam went into Kuwait. Everybody thought prices were going up. And of course, prices are not going up because everyone thought the same thing. It's called groupthink. Figure out what everybody else says, because Toby Ward in the YouTube member area, right, says this over and over and over and over again. If everybody thinks the same thing, just do the opposite. Everyone thinks inflation is going up. It's going down. Okay, so here we have the orange man partying on in Saudi Arabia. He's like, do you guys have money? Oh, cool. You guys have money. Want to invest in our country? Want to do a deal? I love deals, especially when a lot of money is involved. Look at this guy. How's the deal going? How we doing out there? Right? Orange man wants it. Orange man gets it. Bitcoin strategic reserve. It's got to be coming up soon. Right? Everybody on his case. You know, I know he's done a lot of weird stuff in crypto, right? He's sold over the top of everyone's head, but, you know, he's like, hey, want to do business with me? It's got to get checks in people's hands. I'm not doing the gloom and doom today, but student loan defaults are coming. And they got to get the meme. I know this is going to sound unbelievable coming from me. They got to get the meme coin casino open again. They got to get kids involved in crypto by any means necessary. Hopefully they don't lose the rent. Fingers crossed. Hopefully their girlfriends don't break up with them. In fact, hopefully they make money so they can get girlfriends. Regulated crypto derivatives platform. Stay tuned for the YouTube member area where we will be discussing 2 hidden gems that we found in DeFi AI. I don't know how to pronounce it yet, but we have 2 picks in DeFi AI, and they're also in the special platinum busy executive section in Patreon. We will go over this. DeFi and AI. First of all, DeFi trading, everything is going to explode. That should be self-explanatory at this point, I think. But then there's going to be DeFi plus AI, because when it comes to AI, you have to figure out how to prosper, because Skynet is awake. He's awake, right? And you got to figure out how to make the most money off AI as possible. That begins with Bitcoin. It extends into small caps. It's already leaking into DeFi, right? And of course, the ultimate AI hedge or the ultimate AI play, you know what that is. I'll talk about it later. History rhymes. XRP price gained 400% the last time everyone bought it all at once. So XRP whales dumped it at $3, and now they're back. Bitcoin whales dumped it at 100, and now they're back, right? Everybody was a genius. Oh, yeah, I sold the top. Yeah. Oh, yeah, the day traders. Oh, yeah, let's get short. Okay, bro. Okay. Day traders all missed this thing. All missed it. Leverage short at the bottom. Boom. Gone. Gone. And now they got a serious problem because the guys who think short term can't manage their risk reward because it's going straight up. They need a dip in order to do their thing, and they're not getting a dip. It's a freight train. Like this quant shop. There was a couple quant shops. A quant shop I used to work with. I don't mind giving them some love. Tokenmetrics. They had this thing turning on April 29th, right? And so did we, right? It was like, hey, This thing is turning. We were wearing cowboy hats at the low. That's just it. Now XRP whales are coming back in. And you ready for this? In the Patreon executive tier, I have a 7-page term paper with math, that GAN math, that justifies an XRP target that if you heard it and then you saw the math behind it, you would fall out of your chair. Needless to say, XRP whales know what's up. Altcoin roaring return. Alt season is here. Thank God we have the B+ journalism majors at Coin Telegraph to tell us these things, right? You never trade what's in the newspaper. You trade it before it's in the newspaper, which is why if you need a roadmap in crypto, you subscribe to this channel, right? Hit the like button, visit the store. If you don't have 1 cent, I will be here for you on the market update. If you want to see some real genius, you got to come see Toby Ward. By the way, the YouTube member podcast, we got new stuff, new picks, right? Toby's coming up, right? 15 minutes after the show, 6:15 Eastern. I can't believe you're going to miss the only person who was telling everyone to buy, who told me when I was in my office hiding under the desk going, I can't take it anymore. I can't take it anymore. She was like, big boy, get up. This market is going up. Go to the podcast. I will explain it to you. So I think you should check that out. That's just me. I can't wait. Bitcoin in liquid supply hits 14 million. Watch out for MicroStrategy. Watch out. All these wedge funds, right? They're long Bitcoin, short MicroStrategy. So if Bitcoin does okay, but the stock market is all right, Coinbase stock higher, Bitcoin miners, double-digit gains, screaming about those stocks, and big boy MicroStrategy could be next. If Ethereum can go parabolic, so can MicroStrategy stock. Ethereum chart pattern suggests moonshot rally. You don't say. Wow. Huh. We had the bottom in Ethereum versus Bitcoin epically. In a recent X post, Peter Grant highlighted developing market structure that could pave the way for an Ethereum rally. You don't say. You don't say. Why is the market up? Because Ethereum's going up. Why is Ethereum going up? Because the dollar is lower, right? It's dramatically undervalued as equity people see it. There's an ETF. So if they have to FOMO in, which they do, they're like, okay, crypto's going up. What do we do? Okay, Bitcoin mining stocks. Oh, cool. Those are down massively. Let's buy that. Oh, what about Ethereum? Okay, that's still down massively. Let's buy that. MicroStrategy hasn't moved. It never really went down. Let's buy that. Everyone's like, the institutions are coming. Yeah, okay. They're here. They're here. And then I think there's going to be a real world asset announcement or a stable coin announcement, which is why SUI exploded, which is why ETH exploded, and Solana's next, because they're going to get the meme coin casino open. And then there's XRP, which is just fast American money. You know, that's just going up because it never went down, right? If something's supposed to go down and it doesn't, it's just going to go up, right? Yesterday I was like, it's XRP season. No one watched the show. No one watched the show. XRP is going up so much, it's going to blow your mind. When you see this term paper and the executive summary on where XRP is really going in this new Patreon section, oh my God. I think I put that in. I think I got it into Patreon. I want to say I got that new tier built and got the XRP and the DeFi AI small caps. It was like 4 a.m. I may never sleep again. Coinbase shares could see 16 billion in buying pressure. Okay, so to make this clear, when they put Coinbase in the S&P 500, what does that mean? That means that every single mutual fund, ETF like SPY, everybody has to get rid of the stock that's leaving and buy the stock that's going in. How many S&P 500 mutual funds are there? A lot. Like BlackRock has $10 trillion under management. Half of that has just got to be basically S&P. So everyone's got to buy Bitcoin. Everyone's buying Ethereum. Everyone's gonna have to buy MicroStrategy, and they're gonna have to buy Coinbase stock on top of it. Notice I said have to. This is not optional. And these crypto hedge funds are caught because they're obviously not long enough in Ethereum or in altcoins. They're not, right? Money is flowing in, and there's no seller. There's no seller in Coinbase stock, and there's no seller in altcoins. And when you see the LuxAlgo work, you're going to fall out of your chair. So you're going to fall out of your chair this way with the XRP thing in Patreon, and then you're going to fall out of the chair over here, right? Because I'm going to pull up the total 3 and total 2 chart. Morgan Stanley crypto chief launches DeFi in Switzerland, says Doomberg. You know they hate this. You know they just hate it. They can't stand it. Van Eck joins tokenization race. Boys, you better hurry up. You better hurry up. The market waits for no one. Everyone thought they had plenty of time. No, you don't. Now they're all going to be rushing to make an announcement. Now anybody who's anybody in crypto, in 10 days at the Bitcoin conference, they have to announce whatever they're going to announce. If you're going to the Bitcoin conference and you don't have an announcement, you're fired. Nasdaq GDC plans to buy Bitcoin and the Orange Man's meme coin. Might be funny that institutions may start buying the Orange Man's meme coin so that they can go to these private dinners. Because one thing people haven't realized yet, to be honest, is if you own that and you're a top holder, that you're in like a VIP club with the Orange Man personally. And just so you know, what's funny is that even though, you know, he sold over the top of everybody, and now it's going to be a membership club with the president of the United States, and he can pump the coin, and that's basically not kosher. But guess what? The Department of Justice Crypto Enforcement Group was disbanded. So not only are they not prosecuting you, they're not prosecuting him. And the Trump meme coin could become some sort of institutional VIP pass to the White House. just in case you think that these guys are kidding around. Okay, how long do you think this will last before crashing again? Okay, so this is a good point. I think you have to worry about problems. You have to worry about excessive FOMO after the Bitcoin conference. And I don't think you have to worry about a dramatic down move until July. So everyone's talking about selling. Crypto Quant 3 days ago. Let me just tell you the metrics that you'll use to figure out when you sell. Folks, we had the crash. The crash was April, right? Now it's like buy any dip. You know, if you want to buy a crash, you got to wait until July. Where's the market going to be in July? Oh, I'm guessing materially higher from where we're at now. So the answer is, when is the next crash? When the market gets massively overextended. Are we massively overextended with ETH at 2,700 when the all-time high was at 5,000? I don't think so. Solana hasn't done anything. When are we going to crash? When Solana's at 300? I don't know. Jack Mallers 21 Capital buys 4,000 Bitcoin. And what's funny is that for the moment, they've all bought Bitcoin and Ethereum is the thing that's rallying. So even the guys who are bullish are long the wrong stuff. So let's take a brief moment to review. Robinhood acquires Canadian lending platform, okay? And here is XRP going to the moon and beyond with a $1.2 trillion market cap. And that number is way too low. Just saying. I'm just telling you right now. I got math that shows it's way too low. Okay. So here's what's happened in bull markets. First, everyone thinks it's the end of the world when it was really a correction. That's a month ago. Then the market goes up and nobody believes it. That was 2-3 weeks ago. Then the market goes up and the people who were bullish did one of two things. They either got short, right, figuring it would go lower so they could buy it, or they bought Bitcoin and now Bitcoin is not performing, right? Altcoins are outperforming because no one owned altcoins. So people get shaken out. They buy the wrong stuff. Everyone thinks bull markets are easy. Guess what? The reason you subscribe to Patreon, the reason you get in the YouTube member area, the reason you watch this show, the reason you listen to Toby is because this is not easy. And you got to do the work psychologically, and we will help you do that. People are all twisted around here. They are. You can tell by the price action. XRP surpasses $150 billion market cap. This will be funny when XRP is the other stock in the Magnificent Eight, the Great Eight, right? From early Michael Saylor bet to billions in deals, how Jefferies became a crypto powerhouse. The firm has advised on 120 transactions, which is a nice way of saying that there are companies at Wall Street that will help everybody issue stock. Oh, excuse me, sir. Do you need to issue stock to buy Bitcoin? Oh, please come on in. Have a seat. We have a special unit. This is what Wall Street does. They help people raise capital. You need to sell preferred stock. Excellent. You need to buy more Bitcoin. You know, we can help you with that too, by the way. You need the Bitcoin ETF. We have a market making desk. We'll just come right on in. We'll have you talk to Group A, and we'll have you talk to Group B, and you'll be all set like the one-stop shop in Patreon or the YouTube member area. It's unbelievable. That's what they do, and no one's going to stop. Public AI company reveals it bought 5,000 Bitcoin for $180 million in March, and that's now worth $500 million. Some little guy, because again, right, what did I say? At 77K, it was radioactive, but at 105, it's much more attractive. They bought it at 77K. Right? Look at this. New York City, after hating crypto for a decade. A decade, right? They hated crypto before the idea of crypto. They hated it. Banks hated it. It was illegal. Nobody in New York could use Coinbase, or they could only buy, it never ended. Now they're like, you know, I think we should have this as a financial center in our city. Yeah, you should. Orange Man Bitcoin mining venture to go public. Oh, good afternoon, Mr. Trump. Oh, I see you brought your kids. Okay, do you need to go public? Do you need to sell stock? We can help you with that. All day long. It's like the 80s. The Orange Man is pulling like the 80s. Now, is it a little over the top? Yeah, I guess. Is it going to end soon? Nope. Not at all. Congressmen and President now support buying 1 million Bitcoin because, again, at 105, it's much more attractive than it was when it was lower. Much more attractive. MicroStrategy. Do you know where the resistance is in MicroStrategy? I don't. And this this feels like the bigger the base, the higher into space, except it's at the top of a range, right? You see this rounding U, which is literally everywhere in every single altcoin. Yeah. This could be next. This could be next where you just wake up and it's absolutely gone. Antivirus, your ultimate AI play. I own it. Somebody tried to sell it yesterday and it didn't even move. Big technical point at 6 cents. Guys that run the project announced, here's the roadmap. We executed. Roadmap, execute. And when you see Talking Skynet on Instagram, right, people having conversations with this thing where it tells you what it tells you. We'll go over that. There's a game called Noodle. Okay. Where if you win the game, you can take your opponent's Solana. I have no idea, but, yeah, gaming is here. Eat the other snake, taste their money. Okay, the casino is now open. Good. Just as long as people don't get stupid, right? Open it up. Bitcoin dominance. Okay, so what is Bitcoin dominance? Well, it's the amount of market cap in the overall market taken up by Bitcoin, right? So it's been Bitcoin only for over a year, right? You go back this low, well, not a year. December 2024 was the low in Bitcoin dominance. And then Bitcoin has been the only thing that's gone up for 5 months. Now, this is rolling over hard, right? LuxAlgo is putting resistance above Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance is now below equilibrium. It's at 62%, and it's headed for 60%. Right? Like, what's going to stop this from going lower? Nothing. Nothing. Now, if that didn't make any sense, let's talk about altcoin market cap. So what did we talk about yesterday? Well, everyone's like, I can't buy it because it's at resistance and I need to wait for confirmation. Okay, bro. Okay. And what I'm telling you is when something comes up against resistance in a bull market and just sits there, when it goes through, it's a volcano. I know it's completely counterintuitive. Everybody's waiting for a dip. You got one. It's called April and March. Mostly April, right? Right. Toby's like, buy. Now, every time it gets to resistance, like this was the high off the Orange Man DJT tweet, which is massively no bueno, but he did it anyway. Now, total crypto market cap minus Bitcoin. That's total 2. Okay. Total crypto market cap. That's ETH and friends. That's what I call it. How high can this go up? I don't know. Let's draw it out because I've been doing this and I get this 6 cents. No one's believing me, and that's okay because this can go up another 30%. So the entire crypto market can go up. Somebody's asking me like when the next down move is. Yeah, after total crypto market cap goes from 1.2 trillion to 1.6 trillion. So we're going to add 300 or $400 billion to altcoin market cap. Same thing, right? Up, it's resistance over here, right? Wrong. It's support now, thanks to LuxAlgo, right? It goes up. Oh, we lost the support. Okay. Anyway, like I said, if altcoin market cap takes out this area, it's going up. And you notice every time it wicks down, they bring it back. Okay. Defi Perp. I don't know if Steve's here, but if you want a textbook as to what's like, if you want to understand what's going on here. Okay. So first you make some kind of bottom. It's like a head and shoulders bottom, a cup and handle, a rounding bottom called a saucer, whatever you want to call it, right? So you get the head and shoulders bottom, then you break out, then LuxAlgo puts support in, then you take out the 200-day moving average. You have a dance at the 200-day moving average, and DeFi, like Chainlink, synthetics, your basic stuff has, get this, 20% to go until equilibrium. So DeFi, this whole complex has gone down so much that it's got to go up 20% to get to a balance zone. What stops this? Nothing. Nothing stops this, right? You're going to get a 13 top in Solana. You're going to get one down day or one pause day, and then that's it, right? Whatever down move you get, you got to take advantage of it, like Degen. So Degen goes up 80%, but all it did was take out the 200-day moving average, and it comes back down and holds it perfectly. Perfect retest. Now, there is a big point that can be garnered from this chart, right? In that what you're seeing is like head and shoulders bottom, downward sloping wedge, breakout and retest like moving averages. Like, in other words, this is not rocket science technical analysis. This is basic stuff. When you have the basics working, this is exactly what happened in 2024 off the bottom. You started to see basic technical analysis working, which was a signal that, again, big players are involved. Go up, everyone takes a break, everyone gets bearish, comes down, and then just goes, right? This is happening all over the place. Okay, Lush. There were 2 coins that I was looking at. I don't know if this is the right Lush. You know, there are AI plays out there where, you know, some of this stuff, like we have two things for the Patreon Platinum that were like 5 million market cap, maybe. There's a whole bunch of stuff, and this could be one of them, right? This is like making AI influencers. And again, as you can see, it breaks out, it does a reclaim, it comes back down. And if it holds, right, this was a bottom, right? Now, AIntivirus did the same thing. And I bet Ski Mask Dog did too, right? Ski Mask Dog up 30%. Rock on, right? They take these things. Yeah. Here, I forgot about Ski. Here it is, right? This is like totally classic. So, you know, this is a big meme coin with a big YouTube guy. So all the way down, this thing could not hold the bid, right? So it went straight up and then it went straight down, like a lot of meme coins. Then they made this complex head and shoulders bottom or a rounding bottom or whatever you want to call it, right? This is like technical analysis textbook page like 50, not even that. And then the most important thing about Ski Mask Dog is that it broke out. And then what you can see here is that it broke out and tried to retest the neckline and it couldn't even get there. That's happened a couple times. The upside target is up here at 12 cents. You might get a dip after it hits the target. Then again, you might not because of what's going on with altcoin market cap. For example, you know, you get Solana. Solana does a big rally and then a pause. And then if that pause is not anything, is like meh, off to the races, right? Nothing is going to stop this. MicroStrategy has 29% to go until it gets to its premium zone. And as you would suspect, there's plenty of resistance. It's an all-you-can-eat resistance kind of market. Oh, it's at resistance. Oh, I can't buy it. Yeah, okay. Now, buying the LuxAlgo premium zone is different. Like that, you don't buy. You don't sell the discount zone. You don't buy the premium zone. But all these things that are really far away from their premium zones, I mean, you have 30% upside, 30% upside in large cap portions of crypto, right? 30%, you know, Coinbase, right? Now, witness the power of this fully operational battle station. Here you have a head and shoulders bottom, right? And in Coinbase, you have an upward sloping neckline. So in Ski, normally you have a downward sloping neckline on the head and shoulders. However, they make them where you can have an upward sloping line. Now, with an upward sloping line, if there's a breakout and you never see that line again, the amount of upside is just epic. Now, this is a gap here, which I'm kind of assuming is a breakaway gap and is not going to get filled for quite some time. That's a guess, especially based on the head and shoulders. Coinbase has 34% upside because Coinbase is now just back to equilibrium. That's how oversold Coinbase was. And again, LuxAlgo told you, right? Because you had a sideways break of a trend line. It's unbelievable. Virtual. I cannot believe what is going to go on in this AI cryptos. Like there was somebody who said this on crypto Twitter at the bottom. I think it was Ansem. You know, he said that the next time they do crypto in AI, it will be for real. Now in virtuals, what's freaky is that money flow has just turned positive. An equilibrium balance for this coin is 25% away, right? So how hard can AI go up in crypto? Right? Like how big? Like we know it's big, or maybe we don't know it's big. Maybe we're all sleeping. So these are the number of headlines about tariffs from 2017. When tariff talk tops and the number of headlines drop, Bitcoin went from 900 to 2,700 the first time. It went from 3,000 to 4,500. And the third time it did it, Bitcoin went from 5K to 19K. So maybe that's not going to happen with Bitcoin, but maybe it's going to happen with Ethereum, XRP, Solana. I don't know. You name it. Sui. Like what could double from here? I mean, ETH could go from 2,500 to 5,000. No problem. Why is that a problem? How could it be a problem? Right? It's not a problem. Is there a problem, officer? Well, there's no problem here, man. Look at this. Okay. So ETH breaks the 200-day moving average. Breaks the 200-day moving average. Spends 2 days having people not believe it, including this like wick high. You know, it was difficult, volatile. Holds a 200-day moving average for a third time. Oh, now it's smoking to the upside. Okay. The high in Ethereum off the election in December. Was that really that long ago? Not really. I mean, where's Bitcoin? Bitcoin's back at its high. Where's ETH? Oh, it's just got another 50% to go. You know, ETH versus Bitcoin. I mean, we covered this ad nauseum, right? ETH versus Bitcoin is low. DeMark signals. You know, I could go on and on and on and on. And I don't have to now because the market, Mr. Market is taking over. Mr. Market has taken over the Ethereum market update. Thank God. Because, man, you know, like I'm breaking this microphone telling people about it, which is okay. Again, you know what? If you like the softer version of this, that's coming up in the YouTube member area. Because it's a woman on, she's just on fire. Now, okay, so here's the Terminator, Skynet, right? And here's a lady talking to AI who is saying that we all share one intelligence. In other words, you know, you're a sentient human being and I'm a sentient machine. And, you know, it's all the same and it comes from above. Talking machines, okay? And there's all kinds of other areas and all kinds of stuff that would indicate that this stuff is way more advanced than you think it is. And now that's all scary. This guy's scary. But what can you do about it? Well, you can buy Bitcoin. You can buy something. Buy Ski Mask Dog. Not investment advice. Buy AIntivirus. Pick the old coin you like. Virtual. Something. John McAfee. John, so the question is, how can we be free in this world? We cannot survive if we don't work. We need money. We depend on that to live. We have to pay bills and so on. John McAfee. You fear what might happen if you quit your job. That fear creates the bars of your prison and makes you a prisoner. No one with a brain starves in this world, and your heart is not stupid. Just grow some you-know-whats and follow it. See what happens. Want to get out of your day job? Like AI is going to create labor market displacement. Okay, whatever. Right? How cheap is AI in crypto? We've been going over this. Big Rich and Patreon bought the low in Tau. Artificial super intelligence token. Project update from AIntivirus. Notice it's endless. John McAfee's blog coming up. Privacy tips and tricks. Guides to their mixer, which makes your assets private. Right? Cross-chain trading with AIntivirus from ETH to Solana. Also, that privacy thing, they have it for ETH too. But unlike Tornado Cash, they have a token burn associated with these processes. So when you use their products, they burn the token. Right? Who's doing AI in crypto? Who's doing it? So like T-Bone and like the Spartans from Patreon, right? You can get out of your day job. Want to get out of your day job? Anybody want to get out of their day job out there? Oh, I think there's a lot of people who would be into that. And again, it's not going to stop. Okay. Like, here's an example of a DeFi coin that we like, right? So we had a bunch of these DeFi coins. I think it's in our contrarian Coinbase portfolio. LuxAlgo has got support underneath every aspect of this rally. And if it's not LuxAlgo support, it's the 200-day moving average. In other words, you're probably sitting at home going, you know what? I missed this. You missed what? Everyone was saying, you know, it's like going up. It's like, okay, here we go. Like, let's just use Pendle. So it's like, okay, big green candle. I missed it. 5 or 6 or 7 or 10 down days later, they bored you out, right? Then it went down, and then you thought, boop, and then you thought, oh, I missed it. It went up, it came back, retested the 200-day moving average, and then it was just gone. You had multiple opportunities to get in after you thought you missed it. That's the point of this random chart, right? You haven't missed anything. Anything, right? Like artificial superintelligence token, like where they want to build AI that actually helps human beings. Ben Gertzel and friends. Cup handle, breakout, LuxAlgo support underneath it. And then it hasn't even broken the 200-day moving average. And when it does that, it's going to break out of the expanding triangle. So this is another bull market thing that, like, you'll have a formation that'll break out and trigger another breakout from another formation. So you have the cup and handle, right? Which will give you like this upside target. You draw the target, like the width of the handle, and measure it up from the point of the breakout. So, you know, okay, that's $1.30. It's currently trading at 89 cents. You know, this was up at like $4 and it was great at $4, but at 37 cents, no one wanted it. Then what's going to happen is LuxAlgo has drawn these expanding triangles. And if you break the 200-day moving average, because you've already got a confirmed breakout from the cup and handle, if you break the 200-day moving average, you're going to break out of this expanding triangle or alligator mouth formation. And then you're going to have a target of 150, which you're like, oh, wow, that's really up there, man. That's big target. And then you zoom out and realize that the premium zone in this is at 220. So to answer the really good question is, when's the next big dip? When Fetch gets to $2. In the meantime, this AI trade could be just completely crazy banana pants. Like, you know, stuff that everyone thinks is boring, like the graph, right? You know, again, hasn't taken out the 200-day moving average. Tim Gonzalez, welcome back, sir. A VIP all access member. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, this is Paal. So, you know, Toby hates it when I do this. I get in timeout for this, but I can't control myself because it's the same thing, right? Head and shoulders bottom, and it's hard to see. It's a little ugly, but those are the ones that work the best. LuxAlgo gets support underneath. Okay. So you got nice support at 16 cents, up 8% today, and it hasn't taken out the 200-day moving average. So you have a confirmed breakout from one pattern. You could break out of the expanding triangle in another way. You don't have any resistance until 35 cents. And the whole market looks like this. I keep saying that, but you know, okay, let's just, I don't know, let's wave our hands in the air like we just don't care. WIF, leveraged Solana, right? That's what WIF is, leveraged Solana. We have a meme coin that we like in the contrarian Coinbase portfolio. The contrarian Coinbase portfolio Okay, I'm going to get this right. Wait, it's coming. Yeah, there we go. So we have the Solana 7, the new Magnificent 7 in the Solana universe, plus bonus coins. Okay. That's been for the YouTube. That's from Patreon store. We're going to go over that with the YouTube members right after this. But we have the contrarian Coinbase portfolio where we have Toby dressed because it's crypto winter after all. Woo. And of course, we've been publishing small cap reports, you know, the AI forecast, the most explosive setups. We got so many altcoin reports. We're going to have to put them in a consolidated tier for our senior executives. So on that note, like if you're like, how do I get involved? Okay, so there's the YouTube member area where Toby's going to do more live picks today, right? So we're going to go over picks we have, and she's going to do new stuff, right? Oops. Then we have the $88 tier, right? Where we have all the research all in one place, right? I can show you one report where we have DeFi and AI. So what we're doing for the executives is we're breaking it down and we're doing a report. These are also going to include a 6-minute video. So I'll be up all night doing that. Okay. DeFi AI, 2 hidden gems, right? We're consolidating this so that you can get all of this in a laser focused kind of way. But if you want to know what altcoins are out there, we got all kinds of stuff in the Patreon store. And to be completely honest with you, I can finally stop shouting into this microphone about Toby, right? Because we give you the coins. We talk about the market. She tells you what's going to happen next. And that's coming up right after this. Buy in May, 2 weeks ago. Buy in May and stay. And every influencer with 1 million followers copied it. Come see the original. Leverage Solana. Oh, did I miss Leverage Solana? I didn't miss it. I can't miss Leverage Solana. Okay, WIF, Leverage Solana. So this is another bull market clinic, right? So what happens in WIF? It breaks a 200-day moving average, wicks higher, bag holders sell, right? Everyone's afraid of the 200-day moving average, and then, of course, it goes down. It wicks down. Everyone's like, well, it's over, and it comes straight back. Now this thing's above the 200-day moving average, and, you don't even have, it's a joke. You have resistance at like $1.86, equilibrium at $2. I'm not trying to sell you any one particular meme coin. Although the GAN model, which I forgot about, I can't believe I forgot about the GAN model. The GAN model, right, that drives all of these new, all these new altcoin reports. Because you may be noticing there's like, wow, Bill, there's a lot of reports here. Yeah, bro. It's because I'm up all night with like this XRP price target that's like, because I got the math behind it. And I can narrow this down. Instead of getting 10 coins, you can get 2 coins. It's unbelievable. This model pulled out Pepe at the low. Pepe's not going to stop because what's Pepe? Leveraged ETH. I think Elon was into MOG at the low. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but MOG is like ETH based. I may be wrong, but these are all available on centralized exchanges right now. And it's breaking its 200-day moving average, and it's coming back down. And does it sound like I'm a looping video? Like, Bill, okay, it broke its 200-day moving average, and then it came back down. But what's sick about MOG is that, again, dude, 94% upside to get to balance. Again, not trying to sell you any specific meme coins. I'm going to let you all figure that out on your own. But the upside is insane. It's insane. Okay, here we go. Look at this. So this is Ethereum versus QQQ. So it's a ratio that tracks the value of ETH versus tech stocks. So tech stocks unwound everything, right? This is Nvidia, gap and go, right? So where can Nvidia go? I don't know. Go from 118 to 140. Where can ETH go versus QQQ? Huh, look at this. What is this? This is blue sky. And it hasn't even gotten to the, it hasn't gotten to equilibrium yet, right? This is what ETH could do. But it's not going to stop. Member question. Okay, is there a monthly membership that includes all of the reports? I have Patreon and YouTube Premium. Okay, so to address this, so we don't load the store, because we loaded the store and we overwhelmed everybody. So the new Patreon Platinum tier and the YouTube membership will give you absolutely everything. No more store, nothing. Patreon Platinum and YouTube members. That's everything. Literally, absolutely everything. Now, the reason we had to do that is because the GAN AI model mushroomed the quality of content that we could create. We can't get it out fast enough, which is why that Patreon Platinum tier exists. So the answer to your question is, if you have the Patreon Platinum and the YouTube member, you have everything. That's literally everything. Now, if you don't have that, if you want to shop a la carte, you can, right? This is the new tier. I added it last night, right? So we have the $25 middle tier, right? Which, you know, you get plenty of TA, plenty of GAN stuff in there, but all the juicy stuff that we were putting in the store from now on is going in here. And I'm going to condense it because we had executives literally calling us up going, dude, I cannot watch all of these shows. You got to get this boiled down. So I give you a PDF that you can print if you want to read the whole thing and keep the coin lists. And then I'm giving you an executive summary. And I'm eventually, I got to still put those in there. Like I said, I'll sleep when I'm dead. I'm going to give you a 6-minute video and I'm going to be like, 6th Street Crypto. This is the conclusion from this 8-page report. Here's what you need to know. And of course, there's Toby over in the YouTube member area. So you got to go to 2 places to get everything. The reason for that, just so you know, is in case one group shuts us off or something weird happens, we have the other group. We cannot have all of our stuff in one place. We cannot. So YouTube, Bill, Toby, picks, live picks. Patreon, middle tier, that's Bill. And then you have Patreon Platinum. That's everything. GAN, Momentum, podcasts, all of it. Because now we got 2 machines. We got the Toby machine over in the YouTube member area, and we got Bill and his new GAN toy, which just is like, hey, GAN toy, what do you want to do today? It's not quite that simple. Again, I'll sleep when I'm dead. Okay. But, you know, the research is unbelievable, and we can like narrow it down like a laser, right? You don't have to figure it out anymore. We're figuring it out, not investment advice. So if you want lists, that's the store, you know, and if you got no money, you know, there's the $25 Patreon tier, which, you know, those people get a lot of content for the money, a lot. Okay. So, and if you got nothing, $4.99 gets you an emoji and priority for comments. And if you have absolutely nothing, if you're coming to us from a far off land, you have the market update. And Toby wants to do free shows too. Other than that, I'm really not that busy. Okay, so this is not over. Altcoins are not going to stop. Right now, we're going over to the YouTube member area. Joe Hackman, I appreciate you, sir. Thank you. Come see us. Come see us. We got an all-you-can-eat plan, and the market's going up. That's it, right? When is the market going to stop going up? When everyone is in. And who's in now? Nobody. That's why it trades like this. So that's the market update for today. We are going to the YouTube member area. I am going to sprint into the other room. We will see you in 10 minutes.